Hi guys, you're welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, you're welcome. In today's video, I'll be showing you guys how I made this beautiful luxury Bubu. It is a shoulder pleated Bubu with an overlapping lapel. For this style, I used a brocade fabric and a mikado for the overlapping. For the brocade, I made use of 4 yards of brocade fabric, and for the mikado, half yards is just fine. So if this is what you would love to learn how to make, please sit back, relax and enjoy the tutorial. And if you are yet to subscribe to my channel, click the red button down below to subscribe, and also do not forget to turn on your notification bell. Now guys, let's get started. So guys, right here I have the brocade fabric and the mikado fabric which I'll be using to create this style. And like I said, 4 yards of brocade fabric is just fine. And then for the mikado, half yards is okay. So right now I'll go ahead and fold my brocade fabric, and this is it. I folded it into 4, just what we have on the screen. Right now, after folding the fabric into 4, I'll go ahead and get the length. And for the dress, I'll go ahead and mark the length for the bubu, and also add up about 3 inches for the hem allowance. So this is just exactly what I did here, marked the length and then added my hem allowance to that part of the fabric. Now I'll cut out the length. So what I have after cutting out is the exact length which I'll be working with for this bubu style. Now after getting the length, I'll go ahead to mark the neck width and also my shoulder. So for the shoulder, 8 inches is the shoulder working width. And then for the neck width for this bubu, I'll be making use of 3 inches. So I'll go ahead and mark 3 inches. Now after marking the neck width of 3 inches, I'll go ahead and mark the neck depth of 1 inch. And this will be for the back. That is 3 inches by 1 inch depth for the back neckline. And then I'll connect the back neckline with my curved ruler. Right now, I'll go ahead and determine how wide I want the bubu to be at the shoulder area. So you remember that we marked our neck and then we marked the shoulder. Now to get the wideness, that is for the sleeve and also the body of the dress, I went ahead to mark 26 inches. So let me move the fabric a bit so that you can see what I have there. So this is it. I marked 26 inches from the tip of the fabric to the other end. Go ahead and mark your 26 inches. Now from the 26 inches mark, I will go ahead and also determine the wideness of the sleeve. So at this point, depends on how wide you want the sleeve to be. So for me, I marked 13 inches as the wideness of the sleeve for this bubu. So right now, I would extend that 13 inches mark, which I just did. I'll extend it and then get my straight ruler to connect the points like so. So you can see exactly what I have there. Now after extending the line on that 13 inches line we just marked, I'll go ahead to also take 26 inches that we marked on the shoulder line. So this 26 inches will be extended to this point where we have the 13 inches, and then I'll connect it from the 13 inches to the shoulder. So this is exactly what we have for the sleeve part of this bubu dress. Right now, I would go ahead to take the shoulder to the hip line. Now, this is optional. It's not actually compulsory, but I just want to explain 1 or 2 things by doing this. So go ahead and take your shoulder to your hip line and then mark it. So I'll just extend this line that I just marked. I'll just extend it like so. So right now, the next thing I'll be doing is to determine how wide the body of my bubu dress would be. And this is up to you to determine. So for this dress, I made use of 20 inches as the wideness. And this 20 inches mark will be taken on the 13 inches that we earlier marked for the sleeve. And if you like, this is optional, you can also extend this 20 inches on your hip line. But for this particular bubu dress, I didn't extend it. What I did was to head over to the hem line, and on the hem line I will go ahead and divide my hip by 4. For this bubu, the hip I'm working with is 46 inches. Divided by 4 will give me 11.5, and then I will go ahead and add up extra 5 inches to what I have which will give me 15.5 inches. So that was exactly what I marked on the M line. So right now I'll connect from the 20 inches there to the 16 or the 15.5 inches, which I have on the M line. Now, if you marked 20 inches on your hip line, all you need to do is to connect from the 13 inches at the top to the hip line, and then you connect to the M line. But for me, I did not mark 20 inches on the hip line, so I'll just connect it directly from the 20 inches that we have marked there right into the M line. That is the 15.5 inches on the M line. So this is exactly what I did, and as you can see, the line is a little slanted. So this is exactly what we have there. I'll go ahead and curve in that part. So I'll go ahead and just give a little curve so that we'll have a smooth edge when we are joining the fabric together. So right now I'll go ahead to cut out the markings that we have on the brocade fabric. I'll follow through all the lines and then cut it out carefully. And then after doing this, I would also be cutting out the neck. And like I said, the neck that we have here is for the back, which is measuring 3 inches width by 1 inch depth. After doing that, I would also notch the shoulder points. You can see that that's the shoulder line or the shoulder point on the neck. I'll notch it, and then I'll also notch it around the sleeve opening. So I'll notch this too, like so. Okay, so for the shoulder pleats, to get the shoulder pleat, remember that we initially marked our shoulder of 8 inches. So from that 8 inches point, I would just take the tape rule and then mark 6 inches. So this will be the wideness of the fold, and then mark 3 inches as the center. So I will pick it like that. That 6 inches must match up with the shoulder, and then we get the fold. When we get to that point, I will explain better. Right now, I will open up my fabric so that I can cut out the front lapel. So go ahead and then place your fabric on fold such that the back and the front is separated. So you can see what we have right here. And to ensure that your fabric is properly laid, ensure that the notched part of your neck, that's the neck that we initially notched along the shoulder line, ensure that the notching matches up together. And also on the sleeve part that we notched, remember that we notched that part to ensure that they are matching up. So with this, you are sure that your fabric aligns. So this is exactly what I have here. Now for the neck, for the front neck, I'll go ahead and take the front measurement. So you remember that we have 1 inch already taken out from the back. So I'll just place that 1 inch upward like so. And then from that point, I'll come down by 8.5 inches for the front neck depth. So I'll get my ruler and then just mark that 8.5 inches mark carefully so we can have a straight line there. So now on the 8.5 inches line, that's the neck depth, I'll go ahead and mark 2 inches. And then from that point, I'll be connecting to the neck. But at this point, I want to expand the neck width from 3 inches to 3.5 inches. So I'll just remove my pin and then you place my curved ruler back, and I'll just connect from the 2 inches that we have there. I'll connect it to the neck. So here I just added up about ½ inch to the neck to make it 3.5 inches. And you can see how I place the curved ruler. Please don't use a straight ruler when you are doing this. Otherwise, your overlapping lapel will just be too close. The neckline will be too close. You won't have that V part open up like the way it is on the thumbnail. So just ensure that you use the curved part of your curved ruler to get that point. So you can see I've expanded the neck from 3 inches to 3.5 inches, and then I'll go ahead and blend the front and the back neckline together. Now that this is done, I'll get my scissors and then cut out what I just marked, following through the curve that we have from the neck depth from the front to the neck width of 3.5 inches, and then I'll slightly connect it to the back neck as well. So it is important, like I said, to make use of your curved ruler. If you use the straight ruler for the V part of this bubu, you would end up having an overlapping neck that is closed. So I hope you understand this explanation. Now it is time to open up the center front of our Bubu for the overlapping. And so the 2 inches that we have there will be extended from that neck depth for the front. I'll take it down to the hem of the fabric. So these 2 inches will be extended to the hem of this fabric. So after marking my 2 inches, I connected all the points together with my straight ruler from the neck depth for the front to the hem of the fabric. Now I'm done connecting. I'll go ahead cut out the mark that I have on the fabric. And this is what we have after cutting out the front. I will open it up now for you to see what it looks like. So right now, the next thing I'll be doing is to take the measurement of what we have on the front part we just cut out. So you can see how I'm going about this. Just place your tape rule on that part that we just opened up on the center front, and then take it across to your neck, to the shoulder, to the other side of the fabric, and then just ensure that you properly take the measurements that you have on this part of the fabric. So at this point, you should be able to know what you have as the value for the front. So once I am done taking this measurement, I would, before cutting the lapel, I will add up extra 10 inches to whatever I got after taking that measurement. So for this particular measurement that I just took, I think I have about 144 inches. So I'll add extra 10 inches to what I have before cutting the lapel for the front. So the Mikado fabric will be used to cut the lapel. So and then I'll be cutting the lapel using the length which I just measured, and then the wideness on fold will be 2.5 inches, meaning that when I open up the fabric, I will have 5 inches as the wideness, but on fold, the wideness will be 2.5 inches by the length which I just took plus extra 10 inches. I hope you understand this explanation. So right now, this is the Mikado fabric. As you can see, I also interfaced this fabric for stability. So I'll be joining this Mikado cutout. I'll be joining it to the brocade fabric at the center front where we have the 2 inches cut out. And the reason why we have the Mikado cut on 2.5 inches is so that the half inch will be used as the sewing allowance when joining the Mikado to the brocade. So right now I've gone ahead to attach the Mikado to the brocade fabric, and this is exactly what we have right here on the table. Now, the next thing I'll be doing is to create the shoulder pleats for the Bubu. And to do that, I would go ahead and locate the shoulder line. Remember that I said we should notch the tip of the sleeve at the points after cutting. So using that mark, I'll just go ahead and mark out the shoulder line for the Bubu. Now, this is the line I have here. And then what I'll be doing next is to determine the points where I will have the fold for the dress. So for this neck, we actually made use of 3.5 inches, and then after joining, we have 4 inch. So I'll go ahead and just get my shoulder 8 inches, like so. From the shoulder, which I marked 8 inches, I would also mark 6 inches again. And then from that 6 inches mark, I'll locate the midpoint, which is 3 inches, and then I will mark. So this 3 inches is the midpoint for the shoulder pleats. The next thing I will do is to form the pleats, and then I'll just hold up that 3 inches, and I'll ensure that the 6 inches which I marked and the shoulder point, that's the 8 inches, actually matches up together. So I'll just pin them together like so. So we have the 3 inches as the center of the fold, and then the 8 inches shoulder, and then the 6 inches matching up together to create our pleats. So I will ensure that I have 3 inches as the fold from one point to the other point. So go ahead and pin it down on the 3 inches mark. I'll also go ahead and repeat the same thing on the other side, ensuring that the 3 inches which I have for the fold is actually what I am pinning down. Now that I have pinned down my fabric, I will take it to the ironing table and give it a very good press. And as you can see, this is what I have done at this point. And right now it is time to properly secure our pleats by stitching it down. So to do that, you take it from the shoulder line, that point where we marked. You take it from the shoulder line and then you either stitch it down from the shoulder line to the half length, or you stitch it down from the shoulder line to about 5 inches away. That is, whatever you do on the right side, you do on the other side. So I've gone ahead to stitch down my pleats, and you can see exactly what we have at this point. So like I said, stitch down your pleats to either the half length or the shoulder line. And then at this point, I've also secured the sleeve. You can see that I've turned my sleeve inside, so the sleeve has been neatly done. So right now it's time to stitch down the overlapping lapel that we have here. So what I'll just do is just to pin it down, placing them on each other, and then I'll just pin it down carefully like so. So right now, after pinning down the front lapel, at this point you need to determine how you want the V part to be. And for me, I'm okay with what I have here. So I'll just go ahead, get my pins, and then secure it down at that point because I'm okay with what I have here. So you determine how you want that part to look like. So after pinning down, I'll take it to the sewing machine and then stitch this together and remove my pins. So this is it after doing that. After stitching them together, this is what I have. So right now, the only thing left for me is to close up the sides of the Bubu dress and also finish up the M line. But then some persons might want to attach belts to their Bubu, which is optional. It is not compulsory. So what you'd need to do is get your tape rule and then take what you have from your shoulder to the waist, and once you get your waistline, on that waistline you also mark it. Now after marking your waistline, you go ahead and divide your waist by 4 and then place that measurement on your half length. For the Bubu, you place that measurement like so and mark it. So it is on that marked line that you are going to attach your belt. You repeat the same thing on the other side, extend that waistline to the other side, and then, okay, so whatever you have done on the left side, you repeat on the right side. So you repeat the same thing on the other side of your fabric. Go ahead and get your waist measurement and then place it on the waistline which you marked on the dress. So it is on this line that you marked that you're actually going to attach the belt which you cut out. You are going to attach it on that line. Now, the reason why I stopped the stitching of the shoulder pleats at 5 inches was because of this belt part which I wanted to explain. So I'll just place it. You can see the way I place the belt on the mark and then hold down the pleats like that. So from that 5 inches mark which we folded and stopped the stitching, I'll extend it from that point to the half length where we have the belt just to secure the belt. So that is what you'll be doing. So what I'll just do is to get my pin and then hold it down. That's the belt. I'll hold it down with my pin like so, and then just continue the shoulder fold from the top, that's the 5 inches, to the part where we have the belt. So this will properly secure the belt, and the belt will actually fall inside of the pleats coming from the shoulder. So the same thing will be done on the other side. I'll place my belt like so on the half length and then fold in the pleats just to secure the belt. So that is exactly what you need to do, attaching your belt. But for me, I won't be attaching the belt, so I'll just take it back to the sewing machine and then hold down my shoulder pleats from the 5 inches which I initially stopped. I would extend the shoulder pleats to the half length to form my shoulder fold, that design coming from the shoulder. So guys, after doing this, close up the sides of your Bubu and also the M line, and then the Bubu is ready. Thank you all for watching today's tutorial. I'll see you all in my next tutorial. Bye.